Our player of the game, who else could it be? The hero of this 52-51 thrilling victory at Thriller Dome, Todrick Jackson. All right, Todrick, sometimes those last plays, the buzzer beaters, they can be a blur to the guy who scores it. But in your eyes, break down that last play, running the length of the floor, 7 seconds, what you saw, what you were trying to create, and then the feeling knowing you had the buzzer-beating layup.
Well, Coach drew up the play, go screen for Jose. Jose, get the ball in Jose's hand. So at that point, it was like, Jose got to make a play, he got to make a decision. Either he's going to drive it, shoot it, make a basketball play. So he was trapped. I called for the ball. I saw an open lane. Everybody was worried about Jose, got the ball, saw like 2 seconds on the clock, took one dribble and just laid it up.
Were you thinking about pulling up, or did you know you had enough time for the layup?
I don't believe in the trying to win with the shot. Try to get to the basket, you make him get a foul, get you a chance to go to the line and win the game like that. But I believe in try to get to the basket. It's the easiest shot.
And on the previous offensive possession, you turned that ball over. But is that also sort of an example to the older guys that, hey, you got to have a short memory. You got to think about that next play because you never know if that next play is going to be a buzzer beater.
Yeah, you got to move on. Just like last year, Josh Okogie, same example. We played Notre Dame, and he missed the 2 free throws. And Q tapped him on the back, was like, look, just hold your head up, let's move on. Josh Okogie did the same exact thing to me. I was on the sideline going back. He said, hold your head up, you're going to win the game. That's his exact words. So I just kept it positive, moved on to the next play, and it just came true.
So he actually called your own shot, Josh O did.
He called it. He told me. I looked back, and I was like, I got you.
Wow. Defensively, you disrupted a Northwestern team that caught fire at the end when they needed to, but they still finished 36% for the game and 5 of 23 from three-point range. What did the defense do so well to disrupt Northwestern, a team that when they can catch fire, they're as good as any team in the Big Ten?
Well, they're a good team, but they're a good shooting team. We was active. I feel like we had energy and great effort. We got guys diving on the floor, rotating. Guys helping other guys, and it was just, as a team effort. So I feel like if we can keep doing that as a whole, I feel like we can win a lot of games. Explain
what Coach Pastner told you guys in shoot-around about the need to win 50-50 balls tonight. You had already pointed that out, but those are plays and possessions where over the course of a one-point game, you come away with more than your opponent. Oftentimes, you'll be ahead on the scoreboard. Explain the emphasis that Coach Pastner puts not only tonight but in general on winning those 50-50 balls.
Well, he always, he emphasized 50-50 balls, throughout the year, every day, practice, meetings, film. He always, we was up 4-0, 50-50 balls in the first media timeout. So he felt like, we was actually playing great defense, get on the floor, 2 hands trying to get the ball. We was just really active. And, coming up with 50-50 balls is big because, it leads you to a victory.
Well, you told me before that you have had buzzer beaters before in high school, but now you have your first as a Yellow Jacket, and you do it in the Big Ten ACC Challenge. Try to put that into words. That's the next challenge for you. How do you describe this moment that so few can experience?
Yeah, it was a great moment. Now we got to move on. Got to celebrate a little bit. We got to have a short-term memory and move on to the next game and have some more buzzer beaters.
Well, maybe not too many buzzer beaters. Yeah. You don't want to give everybody heart attacks. But it does begin next with Grambling on Friday. Todrick Jackson, our player of the game. Todrick, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, the Thriller Dome lives up to its name yet again. Georgia Tech with the buzzer-beating 52-51 win over Northwestern in the Big Ten ACC Challenge. I guess we'll start from the end and then work our way back to the beginning, Coach. That final play, what you drew up, what was it designed for? And then as you saw, what kind of play did Todrick Jackson make to emerge with the win?
Well, first off, we said in the timeout prior to that the second shot always beats you. And we really guarded the first shot, and then they got this offensive rebound and put it back. So fortunately, we called timeout, and we got ourselves set, and they executed late. But it's a player's game, and the player made plays at the late where Todrick Jackson made that layup. Once it went off his fingertips, I knew it was, once it went through the hoop, that it wasn't any worry, just like Josh Okogie last year at Notre Dame, that we got it within time. But a great win on national television, ACC.
And radio.
And radio, national television, ACC Big Ten Challenge, and with the Wig Night and everything else. And, we gutted it out. And once again, Andy, our defense. We held them to 51 points, which is hard to do. This is a really good Northwestern team. held them to 51 points. We held them to 26% from the three, 30 or 20. What was it?
5 of 23,
21% from three, 36% from the field. Kept them off the free throw line. We just guarded. We really guarded. That's who we've been all year, and that's been our calling card. So really proud of our guys. Great win for the program. Great win for our young men. Just an overall great win.
Like we said, we'd start at the end and sort of work our way back toward the beginning of the game. You did have a 10-point lead, and Northwestern erased that with a 10-0 run down the stretch. What was giving your guys trouble that maybe made it a lot closer than anybody anticipated?
Well, I would like to say that it was designed so we had the last-second heroics and made it good for the fans, but the reality of it is basketball is a game of runs, and we got a little stagnant offensively, and part of that was we weren't being ball tough. We did a good job taking care of the ball. We ended up with 15 turnovers and a bunch of them late. And I don't know if Todrick got tired and Moses wasn't strong with the ball, and we made some errors by Jose. And part of that's going to be playing with youth. Curtis Haywood made a turnover. That's part of that's just going to be with youth and young guys out there. And Ben didn't do some things late for us, and so it was just it was one of those things where it just kind of transpired, and it was almost like contagious. But and listen, Northwestern's good. They got seniors. McIntosh, I don't know if he's a pro or not, but he's one heck of a college player, and they run good stuff. They all can shoot the ball, and that's part of it. I mean, you're gonna, when you turn the ball over and playing a team like that and an experienced veteran team, they're gonna make a run. But we withstood the run late. Got some stops, got the lead, they got the second shot, then obviously we finished with the bucket. Let me say a couple other things. Start the game, we had Ben out for a while with 2 fouls, but we actually extended the lead. Yeah. AD gave us great minutes at the 5 spot there. Curtis Haywood hit some great threes. I thought Justin Moore gave us good minutes in the first half. It's hard to take Jose out sometimes because he comes up with some loose balls, but we found a way in the first half to really play well. Everyone came in. Moses Wright gave us great minutes. Our bench was great the entire second half, the entire game, and the energy was good for our entire team.
Let's talk, Coach, about the freshmen and how they perform. Curtis Haywood, a couple of big threes late in the first half. Jose Alvarado still conducting the offense against a very veteran point guard in Northwestern's Bryant McIntosh. Did you see them still execute and not be unnerved maybe by the comeback, by the experience of Northwestern?
Well, I mean, that's part of, like I've said, we're going to have some growing pains. Yeah. Fortunately, we've won on some of these growing pains, but we're going to have growing pains. That's kind of who we are. That's just the deal, because of the youth that we have. But Andy, here's the other thing I would tell you. They came in averaging, I think, getting to the free throw line 17 or 20 times a game, and they make free throws. We did a good job guarding them without fouling. Only held them to 4 free throws. We were 16 of 20 from the free throw line. Made some free throws late, which was really big. But we got a little unnerved and we got a little, just out of sorts in those last 5, 6, 7 minutes. And we've got to learn when we have someone down, the execution late game. This will give us an opportunity to go back and watch film, work on some things, and really show our execution, because we're going to be in other close games down the road throughout the rest of the season, and we have to make sure we do a great job of executing. You had said this to your team at shoot-around today. Explain the importance of 50-50 balls in this win. Well, the reason we got to the lead in the second half is because that first media timeout, we had a 4-0 advantage in the second half, 4-0 advantage on the 50-50 balls. To start the game in the first half, we were 5-4 advantage us. We started the second half with 4-0 50-50 balls. Andy, you hear me all the time. It's all about 50-50 balls. Diving on the floor. We came up with some big loose balls. Brandon had a big loose ball on an offensive rebound. We out-rebounded him +6, and that was a big thing. And but we won the 50-50 ball game. When it becomes a possession game, you got to win those battles. All right, final question. What was your reaction when you stared up at those students section, all wearing that wig in homage to you? Well, by the way, you are 1-0 all time on Josh Pastner Wig Night. Well, first of all, it was a great idea by the marketing team. I loved it. I'm glad we were able to come through with a victory in this type of environment. Just how fragile the game of basketball is, possession by possession. You go from high to low to high, agony of defeat to the thrill of victory. Goodness gracious. And, that's just, it was a great win. And Phil Lewicki and his team at the marketing group deserve a lot of credit for their marketing ideas, and this was another good one tonight.
Money well spent, and you had a lot of students flipping their wigs over that ending. Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, Andy. Thank you.
Once again, head coach Josh Pastor, 52-51, our final score, Georgia Tech over Northwestern.